Okay, I think Dan has everything on. Yeah, all right. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, I think he will just come back and let us know that's working. Yeah, yeah, it is. Should be working. Oh, that's showing me. Yeah. Okay, all right. Journey to the Cloud 8.0. Everything seems to be in order. We are live on Teams for the first time, which will be quite interesting to see how this goes. Um, Welcome Frank and Dan to the event. We're going to have Micah as well joining us. And this is our first event on Teams rather than Restream. So this will be a bit of an experiment for those who are watching. Um, all right. So I think Dan will come back to us there in a minute. So Frank, where are we going with in terms of the schedule? So our next event is on the 2nd of September. It's on at 7 o'clock, I believe, and that is Microsoft certifications with Christian Vegra and Lorraine Lawrence from Microsoft, and that will be another interesting event. We'll have a few presenters and speakers on that as well, so that'll be good. Um, so tonight is kind of all about getting one or two people to speak and present, and we'll review this uh, for the next event and see what we liked and what we didn't like about teams. So that makes it all the more interesting. Um, okay, all right. Um, is Dan joining us, Frank, or is he just
I
off
I
for a
think
minute?
he's off for a few minutes because I think he's doing
Okay,
something with work as well. So just me
okay,
and you for a few minutes.
all right, okay. So
So after the next talk, we'll be doing the kind of the lab sort of demo
yeah, so
talk and
so
demo.
So that's going to be interesting actually for anyone like joining us. We're doing a new thing. We're calling it Azure Guru Labs, which is kind of interesting because we're going to be doing live labs on Microsoft Azure. What kind of things are you going to cover for that, Frank? Just over next between now and Christmas, what do you think you can cover for people
Well,
that are interested?
I had I was going to do Internet of Things (IoT).
Okay,
Um, Microsoft has a simulator on GitHub, and you just set up your IoT hub on Azure, and you just copy out your code from the cloud, and you put it into the code on the simulator, and it
okay,
simulates a kind of IoT device. So that's what I plan to do for that.
okay.
I have
In
an
term in
idea. Yeah, go
in
ahead.
in terms of practicalities of Azure, like between on-premise, well, I suppose we're going to be simulating an on-premise environment, obviously, for our labs, but it's going to be hosted in Azure. So, what kind of things are you going to do with that in terms of like AD Connect, Active Directory,
Well,
file
no,
shares?
it's
You know,
with the IoT thing. It's kind of a mock sensor in a house, we'd say, or an office.
okay,
So what it actually does is send you HTTP triggers. We'd
okay,
say, or your like it can be automated, or it can actually send you messages to say that your thermostat is gone off or something like that.
okay, all
It
right,
can be used like we say in a shop now where they have a lot of fridges and things like that. And if one of the devices failed, it can
mm,
send you a message through Azure,
okay,
and
all right,
they can send up to something like 8,000 free text messages in a day,
yeah.
which is good.
Okay, that's fair enough. And is there anything else you're going to be covering
I'm looking
Azure
at
relation?
doing machine learning in Azure using the Machine Learning Studio.
Okay.
So I have a data set at the moment for it's for detecting fraud, right? So I'm
All
going to
right.
use so along your line cybersecurity. So
Mm,
basically, it's a data set to see if there's any credit card fraud in the in the data set. So
okay.
it's going to use a kind of an algorithm, um, uh, you know, it's yes or no. Is there fraud in the data set or does not? So it's going to give you a yes or a no. It's going to use a two-factor algorithm. It's called
Okay. All right.
so either
Okay.
yes or no.
And how something like that? How are you going demoing that on the environment?
Um, there's a machine learning studio, Microsoft Machine Learning Studio,
Okay.
and it uses Azure then to crunch the data set. So,
Okay. All right. Okay. Fair enough. What you call it? So, Frank, actually, just a good point on Azure and training and certification. You're actually so I suppose by this time next week you're going to find out the results of MVP.
I am holding my breath.
Why not?
No, but just you know yourself the kind of
Yeah. Yeah, I think you will get it. I would be highly surprised if you didn't at this stage. I mean, you've contributed as much to Journey to the Cloud as I have, to be fair.
yeah.
And you have done many. You've actually some good videos up on your blog. So what's your blog site, Frank? Just for those looking at looking at the videos and your YouTube stuff. What is it?
It's simple enough. It's frankfalvey.cloud.
And also for anyone kind of joining us in on Journey to the Cloud 8.0 for the first time on Teams. This is new to us. We have not used Teams ever for any of our events. We usually have a restream. So with the move over for all of us, to myself and Dan, who are MVPs, we've moved over to Teams to promote Microsoft Teams and all its features. As the time goes on, we'll kind of delve more into the production, I suppose, of how our teams is going to look on our events, because there's quite a lot of features in it. But it will be great. It'll be great to have Teams as our new platform going forward with all the kind of features and stuff it has. Myself and Frank will be doing our labs through Teams, live events or meetings, depending on what way people want them. We'll either do them live or we'll do them pre-recorded. So you can always go back and look at them if you're not available at the time of the event. Um, I suppose, Frank, what category did you go for in MVP? What were you nominated in?
The Azure category.
Sure. And that is the best category ever.
It it's
it is for me and you anyways, because
it
that's
is
where we work.
fairly vast, like
Yeah.
Azure is,
Yeah.
suppose um there's all different avenues you can go off into it, like, the
Mm,
security side of things, IoT, machine
mm.
learning, AI, as you know.
Uh, Absolutely. I suppose, Frank, like from a point of view of people that are trying to aspire to get MVP status or be awarded it, what kind of things do you have to do from a point of view of someone who's been nominated and kind of working towards that? Because we get a lot of questions on who, why, what, when, and what's the end result. So, like, from your opinion, where do you start? when you're looking to become, or sorry, to get to that status of MVP status in Azure? What kind of stuff should you be doing?
I
What kind of
think
person should
I
you
think
be?
the better thing is to kind of engage with more people, connect with people, like on a platform we're on here now at the moment, meeting up and get points of view from other people, plus you know um, teaching people about different stuff got to do with Microsoft technology.
Yeah,
So
and
sharing your experience really with other people, that are only just kind of coming through.
yeah, and what you call it? I suppose for all those that are kind of, I mean, you have anyone from the age of 15 or 15 usually, or 16 upwards with an interest in tech, all the way up to 70, 70, 80. There's many, there's many different groups interested in tech, interested in what Microsoft has to offer. And I suppose it's never too late to start looking at
No,
MVP,
no,
is it? No?
no, definitely
No?
not. I think one of the good things that you started off yourself there, Matt, was trying to encourage more women in IT, to kind of come on the platform and get them to speak, like Mike, and
Mm.
Lorraine Lawrence, very good speakers. So,
Uh,
I'd like to promote more of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I suppose just because I never really did, while we're waiting, I never really did a video on MVP. So I was awarded MVP status in Azure. That's my that's my cert there, and it's not being blurred. So I was awarded MVP status. The people that helped me get to that point were Frank Falvey, yourself, obviously, Dan Ray, Christian Vegra, um, Lorraine Lawrence, Micah, Aaron Dam, Henry, and many, many more people. Um, for me, what MVP means is it kind of puts together your experience, your knowledge, your leadership, your support for others, and once you get that, you just share that with people, and that for me, that's what MVP was. It was I started Journey to the Cloud to help people and kind of communicate with others across the internet and share my bits of knowledge to others. And in the hope of doing that, I was hoping to bring together a community of people, like-minded people that had that same feeling. So with that, we have now what, a group of 30 people on our LinkedIn, and we're moving everything over to Teams at the moment.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, and it's a really good group of people, isn't it, Frank? Everybody's supportive. To be honest, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone are they're um, very engaging and helpful, and yeah, we've got a good squad of speakers as well,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
new people joining every week, which is good.
Yeah, and that is the best thing about it. We do have people joining every week, from all walks of life, all countries, nationalities, languages, male and female. So we have a great group of people. We recently actually added, I think in total there's about five at least MVPs on our group of people, which is really unusual to have, a good few MVPs in the group. So we have everyone from MVPs to MCTs to MCP and MCE. So you to kind of for people watching, MCT is Microsoft Certified Trainer, uh, MCE is Microsoft Certified Educator, MCPs are Microsoft Certified Professionals, and MVPs are Microsoft so it's most valuable professionals. So we have people from all walks of the Microsoft world. Every single one of us dedicate our time, our energy, and our skills to helping others. Um, a lot of people that have joined our group has kind of helped with everything, supported others, mentored, most importantly. We recently had our younger MVP or younger MCPs on our Journey to the Cloud series. We had Henry recently delivering a fantastic presentation, if I do say so. Um, so it's a really interesting thing. So we also have we had a competition the last day for people giving presentations. So I believe we had, was it Dan, Henry, and Arundel?
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we had a prize to give out for people. So it was for one person who we thought was the best, but we really couldn't decide on who was the best. So I think the best thing is that upon discussing it, we decided we would award both Arundam and Henry with a 30 euro gift card for Amazon, an e-gift card. So uh, Henry and Arundel couldn't be here this evening. So when they're back on the next event, we'll give them we'll give them their gift cards electronically, and that's kind of what we're all about. We're helping people to develop their skills, learn, help others, uh, give their time without looking to receive anything back, and that's how we kind of support each other. So 30 euro will be gone out to both Henry and Arundam for their support and their presentations. They were both fantastic. So I'm sure the two of them will reach out to me when they're free, and we'll get that sent over to them in an email. So congratulations to the two of
Very
you
good.
guys. All right. Okay. Um, that kind of that kind of brings on another thing. We're looking for anyone that's interested in helping us out. So it can be through the website for Focus IT, where you give time to help us update the site, um, or else you can help us out with the production of doing our videos and streams on Teams. So if you're a Teams expert, we'd love to have you. It would help with the production and the preparing of all our events going forward. Um, it'd be great if we could get a few more people in other levels of Microsoft certification. So, if you're in the fundamentals or associate level or expert level, it would be great to have you on the show and kind of tell us about your story and why you got involved in tech, and what it is you love about it. We're also, I suppose, looking for proper sponsorship. So at the moment, obviously, Microsoft are sponsoring our subscriptions for Azure and Teams. So that would be great if we could get someone, I suppose, to sponsor prizes or something, a subscription to software that people use, anything that you can give away for free to people on the show would be great. We'd appreciate it. So yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of the sponsorship announcements. Obviously we have our LinkedIn page as well, Frank, don't we? Or
That's
for
right. Yeah.
our Microsoft Speakers Club. So you can get involved on that. If you want to if you want to if you want to support us and kind of help us with the LinkedIn stuff. Hey, Micah,
Hi, how's it going?
How you
good,
doing,
and
Micah?
you?
I'm good, thank you. Happy Friday.
I know. Happy Friday. End of the month. Payday was here. Yay.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, I know. It's so nice. I love payday. You can't be in a bad mood on payday, can you?
No, you cannot.
Thank you so much for the kind words, Micah. What you call it? I really appreciate it. So I just said I said I'd bring this up to the camera so you can see it. That is the award in all
Yay.
its glory. I did receive it. It's quite nice. So thank you for the lovely video from yourself. I really appreciated the time you gave to do it. And I do think I said I'm going to probably embarrass everyone now, but I did a kind of a mashup of all the thank yous and kind of put them into a video. And I said, sure, look, even if they don't look their best, they can't give out to me. I'm sure they never expected it to reach the internet. So I said I had to, you give your time up. And I do really appreciate all the work you do with us, Micah, as well. When we started out from very little, trying to do a group together to now we're what, 30 strong, as I said to Frank earlier. So,
Yeah.
it is growing. The group is growing. We're getting a lot of different types of tech enthusiasts. Um, what you call it? Congratulations on the new job, you
Oh,
know.
thank you.
So
Congratulations to you. I love seeing your award. That's like a dream come true. Maybe someday I'll like put in enough time and try and make that happen too. So
I
good
I
work.
I can see that. I can see that happening for you. I can, yeah. I can see it happening for you. Um, but our problem is we have too many people that deserve it and not enough people getting it. So I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
MVP is a really amazing award to get, obviously, when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
awarded it. But I mean, it's the journey to it as well is the thing. Michael, what are you doing these days in terms of you? So you've changed roles. What are you in now?
I
Tell
have.
our community so they
Yeah,
can
so
get an
I'm
idea.
working a lot of hours, but it's amazing because I'm doing something that I really love. I get to consult people, well, Blackstone, on how to get people to adopt technology like Microsoft
Okay.
Office and also new technology. So, everything from ServiceNow to Concur. So, just a little bit of everything. Creating
Okay.
e-learnings. I just wrapped up an e-learning for cybersecurity, which was really fun to create. I got to use like a new, well, a type of development software that I don't often use called
Okay.
Rise. I don't know if you guys know Articulate 360, but Rise is such a beautiful way to create learning content. So that was really fun.
Okay.
And
All
yeah,
right.
just kind of
Okay.
doing all that good stuff, following the ADDIE methodology and analyzing training needs and all that good stuff. So,
So you are doing what you love anyways, which kind of helps. Come here, Micah. There. So I was just mentioning earlier that last week we had our competition. We couldn't really decide who was the best person, so We ended up giving both Henry and Aaron 30 quid for Amazon. Nothing too big, nothing too
that's
small, but
awesome,
something to do
though.
something nice with. Get a few
Yeah.
gadgets, get something fun. Just blow it if they want. But it's see, Amazon is great. You can do e-gift cards, so send it in an email, and I'm sure we'll get they'll contact me, and we'll get a picture of them with their printouts, hopefully put up for the next event. I presume we have the lovely Lorraine Lawrence and Christian Vegra on the 2nd of September, which
Ooh.
is, yeah, we have both of them. They're both joining us to kind of give us a fun event on, what their favorite exams are and why they love, certifications and what ones are the ones to go for, and where if you're starting out or if you're associate level or maybe you're expert level and you want to do more. I think for me personally, one or two expert exams is enough. So I'm
Yeah.
sure I'm sure I'm sure at some stage I will change that philosophy, but there is so much going on. End of August is always a busy time here in Ireland, as Frank knows, with all the kids going back to school and everybody's back on the early morning runs.
Gee, yeah.
So yeah. Dan, thanks for joining
Hey,
us.
team.
Hey.
Hi.
So
Welcome,
Welcome.
so
welcome.
Cool
so
background.
Thank you.
yeah, that's actually real, I think, isn't it, Dan?
I love
This is
it.
not real, but this is the
No.
IT crowd
Oh.
background.
So
Ah,
cool.
okay. I thought that was you were like in a training center or something. I
No,
didn't
I
actually
wish.
spot
I
that.
wish.
I don't.
So
Looks like
so
the
we have,
garage.
yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
What you call it? And we had actually just Dan, question for you. Are we able to do videos on our stream? As far as I know we can, can't we?
So I
Uh
believe we can. I don't know if I'm switching on together mode to see if that actually pushes out to our environment here. So the stream
okay.
right now that I'm seeing, Matthew, is only your video.
Oh, you're only seeing my video.
Now I see my
Okay.
video, and I think it's because I was talking. And I changed the scene to a together mode scene, and I don't know if we'll see this on the video or if I'll have to share a screen to get it on the video, which is kind of a, like a different
Mm,
workaround.
This is
okay.
fun. I like this.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're sort of trying to figure it out as we go with some of this now, because Teams,
yeah,
we're kind of using Teams for the first time with our events, so it's absolutely interesting, isn't it?
yes.
Um, then no, I would just love to. I'm just checking something here. Bear with me a second.
Yeah.
Dan, do you want to just do you have a few announcements to make, for the next while, where we're going with Journey to the Cloud and what things we're doing, just to fill people in on our LinkedIn page and stuff?
Sure, sure. So
Amazing.
the Microsoft Speakers Club is the page that we have started using to go live with this. And that page is a company page, so it can be tagged in posts. And you can follow that page, and you should be able to find the events on that page. I believe isn't it next Friday that we're doing Christian and Lorraine?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And that event will be um, a LinkedIn event that links to a Teams live event. So I don't believe we'll be able to easily stream that unless I, talk to somebody or come up with some creative way to take the LinkedIn live event and pump it out to some other platform. Um, but because we'll be able to record that event as a LinkedIn, as a Teams event, Teams live event, we can or should be able to repurpose that event on LinkedIn or other platforms. So we'll look at some of what we can do live and where we are live to communicate to folks. But then we can also look at how to potentially, tighten up if there's um, just
Mm,
banter or discussion between sessions, presentations, that type of thing,
yeah.
and to take snippets out of those presentations. So perfect.
Um, will you see if you can just play this? I think it'd be great if we get this out there just for folks that are looking to kind of engage with the garage and stuff in Microsoft in Dublin, Microsoft Court.
Sure.
Just to kind of
If
show
you want to take full
people,
control of your sales
yeah.
pipeline, you need to try
This
Monday
is
CRM.
the
It's given my
ad.
So just pause that for a sec.
Sure.
So So this is really interesting. So myself, Claire Smith, and Rachel or sorry, myself, Claire Smith, and Linda are working together on back of the scenes on stuff. And I just want to kind of, I suppose, get this out here. Linda has posted a fantastic video on the unveiling of the new engineering hub. Well, the what they call the new engineering hub in Dublin, the garage. So it's kind of a representation of what Microsoft are all about. So just to give people an idea of what engineering is like in Ireland. So I just said we'd kind of play this and just show it off. Obviously Microsoft owned the video. Congratulations to Linda on a fantastic production of it, and I think it kind of really shows the excitement behind Microsoft and their engineering, which I suppose most people can aspire to. So yeah, let's go for it then.
Okay.
Welcome to the redesigned engineering hub here at One Microsoft Court in Dublin. This place is awesome, and I can't wait to show it to you. Come on. This hub is inspiring and was designed with engineers in mind. And we've got environments for work and for play. So whether you're having a meeting in the Lookout or you're actually playing Xbox in the games room, we've got it all. And at the heart of it all is the Garage, the first to be opened in Europe. The Garage is a place where Microsoft employees can come and innovate, create, hack, experiment on passion projects. It is a safe space to fail and learn from that failure. The Garage Makerspaces are designed to inspire creativity. It's here that all Microsoft employees can come and hack together solutions using our 3D printers or Raspberry Pis. We even have a laser cutter. These collaboration spaces were created to provide Microsoft engineers the opportunity to connect with other members of the broader team. We've deliberately created these connection points in every part of the building so that ideas and innovation can flow. Our engineering hub fuels our growth mindset and is a space that truly empowers everyone to achieve more. I cannot wait to see how our hub and the Garage come to life just like others around the world. This is what awaits those of you that join our growing team.
Wow,
And
when
what
can
a-
I move to Dublin?
That's
And
awesome.
what a fantastic place the Garage is. I'm just going to send you one more, Dan, just so we can get these out there for Microsoft, as you and
Sure.
I are both MVPs and we promote all things Microsoft. So Microsoft One Court is an amazing place. What about the Garage is an amazing place. What about Microsoft One Court? So let's have a look.
One Microsoft Court is home to Microsoft Engineering in Ireland. 700 engineers will work, collaborate, and innovate from here. It's a thriving ecosystem that empowers engineers to be their authentic self. This space puts digital transformation first. Built in line with Microsoft's engineering principles, every detail was created with the needs of engineers in mind. We try and create spaces to give people chances to get away. It's an environment that enables people to work and play, just being who you are.
I think engineering at Microsoft is incredibly collaborative. But people sometimes have this notion that engineers work in solitude, and I feel that it couldn't be further from the truth. We are working on systems that are so complex, it's very difficult for one person to know everything. You mostly try to solve things that haven't been solved before. It's inevitable that you have to be innovative. This culture exists in One Microsoft Court and beyond, extending to our new hybrid workplace. Chats over coffee have been replaced with syncs over Teams. Events like Spectac-Learn and our science fair have gone online, as have clubs like the Data Club. Events and groups like these give employees the freedom to fix and hack solutions they might not get to day to day.
The Microsoft Garage is a program that puts Microsoft's cultural pillars into action. It's a safe space for Microsoft employees to come to engage, to innovate, to create, to hack, to learn from one another. It's also a space for failure. It's a safe space to learn from that failure and then to take those learnings back into your day job. When we succeed, the possibilities are endless. We've had such great projects come out of the Garage, like, for example, FarmBeats is a project that came out of our very first hackathon. It is right now democratizing AI for farmers across the world. Another really great example is the Xbox Adaptive Controller, which was made for the purpose of bringing gaming to everyone and making it accessible to everyone. And those are just two of the innovations that have come out of the Garage. Makerspaces are designed to inspire creativity. These areas allow employees to further explore their creative projects and learn along the way. I cannot wait to see how the Dublin Garage evolves, especially as Microsoft employees and business teams start to use the space and where it goes. It's going to evolve over time, and I can't wait to see the innovation that comes out of it as well.
I just love the energy, the people. The work we're doing here in Ireland is leading edge, and our skill set is constantly evolving, growing into new areas like machine learning, AI, data science, and site reliability engineering. It's a really exciting time to be an engineer in Microsoft Ireland.
And it really is an exciting time to be an engineer in Ireland. It's
Yeah,
that
you're
simple.
not kidding. That's
Yeah,
cool.
so Ireland is going to be the next big thing in terms of technology. We really have pushed the boat on our innovation, our excitement, our burst of energy into what it is that makes engineering in Ireland a viable career and a lifetime career. So why not check out the Apply for Engineering in Ireland at Microsoft.com, where there's plenty of spaces available for anyone looking to apply. On that note, so we have two presenters this evening. We've Dan and Micah, and once they have presented, we will be finishing up then for the afternoon. It's going to be a shorter event, and we'll review how the recordings and everything went. So Dan, who wants to speak first? Micah, which one of you?
I'm flexible. You let me know, Micah.
I'll go just in case my kids come home and they start being all rowdy. How's that?
There you
Is
go.
that okay?
That works. Perfect.
That's perfect. So how long will we say for each person? Just what suits you?
Oh, I probably only need 10 minutes or so. I'm not going to be super long, but it would be great to have discussion too if you guys want to open it up to some discussion after.
Yeah. So
Sure.
so what I'm thinking is we'll do 15 minutes of presentation per person, and then we'll have a discussion after it. After each person, or else we can have it at the end about both. I think it'd be only fair we have it after each person though, so to give everyone their own time slot. So Micah, you're up first.
Okay, perfect. So I thought since OneDrive turned 15 years old this month, that I'd talk a little bit about Microsoft Office and how OneDrive has integrated with that and changed things for so many different people. Sorry, my work phone's ringing, but I think it is spam, so I'm good. All right. So anyway, I began working in the world of Microsoft in 2011, and I remember that was when Office 365 first really reached general availability. And I was focused mostly on the retail side of things, as I was a Microsoft rep across retail stores in the Seattle area. And I had taken Microsoft Office as a course prior to that, but at the time, it was not nearly as advanced and it wasn't integrated with the cloud or anything like that. But I do remember how excited I was when I first was exposed to the whole idea of the cloud. I was at a Microsoft event and I was trained on like the latest products before they came out. And there was just so much possibility in the air. You could just breathe in like what was to come, And yeah, it's really neat to see like what's changed. Before, people were so nervous, I feel like, about storing their files on the cloud, and I saw so many different objectives or objections. And slowly people really adapted to this as like a normal way of life. It felt slowly at the time, but really like a couple years later, everybody had their entire camera phone or all their pictures from their phone uploaded to the cloud. It just kind of became a norm. So for the 2013 release, I remember seeing how the cloud really works. And, when SkyDrive changed to OneDrive and the free 20 gigabytes of storage and how excited everybody was to really have that. And then, the real excitement for me came when I could see what you could do with other people, the collaboration piece, seeing how people in totally different areas could work on the same document at the same time. So, first with those Office web apps, and it was really amazing. Like, I remember one time in particular, I had a group of 20 people join me in a Word document, and we were all writing at once, and you could see everybody's initials, and everybody was talking at the same time. And it was just super exciting to me, like just to see how things work. And now I feel like so many businesses around the world are just utilizing the power of OneDrive every day. It's just become the new norm. People have their team set up and they have, their OneDrive, they have their SharePoint. It's just become like a normal part of everyone's day to day, I feel like, in the business world overall. So yeah, it's just been a fun evolution to see. And I'm excited for OneDrive's birthday. Definitely really cool. One of the things I think is the best about it is just that its simplicity too. I mean, to be able to share to the cloud, you can do it now like directly from your file explorer, right? So you're even able to just right click on any file and share it out, or right within Word you can just go to the top right corner and share it out. So everything's just become so simple to use and to be able to work together on, which has been huge, especially during this period of time where so many people went remote with COVID and everything. It's just been really cool to see that we've evolved to the point where we really can work remotely and still be integrated, still work together, still have that team spirit, and that we're not missing a beat. In some ways, I feel like productivity's even been better and personal connections have even been better. So yeah, just exciting times, I think. So happy birthday, OneDrive. That's really all I wanted to say.
That's amazing, Micah. Can hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, this is amazing, right? I'm actually talking to you from a Microsoft wireless headset, and they're actually really good, even with range. I had to pop downstairs for a minute to do something, just to get the door there, and it's very handy not to have wired headsets at times. Sorry, I put my camera back on now. You should be able to see me. Okay,
there you go.
so the OneDrive is kind of an integral part of a lot of organizations now. I suppose because SharePoint is built in the back end as well. I mean, they kind of go together, part and parcel, and then you have Teams on top of that. So there's quite a lot in it, isn't there?
Yeah.
What you call it? So Micah, how long have you been working with OneDrive and supporting it and helping others kind of educate themselves in it?
Oh goodness. I would say, really from probably 2011. I mean, back then it was SkyDrive, right? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's been a long evolution. And I think one of the first ways that I started really using it was with OneNote. Like OneNote was my brain even back then. I had it on my phone. Back then I had the Windows phone, and I would record songs that I thought of. Like I like to create songs, and I used to be in a band way back when, and I'd be able to keep track of these songs over the years, whereas before everything was on paper and it was hard to like remember a melody and to be able to go back to it and create something out of it. And so it's like it's not just been for business, it's been for creative people too, and to really be able to keep track of even as a family, like your vacation plans and regardless of which device you're on, whether you're on your phone or whether your husband's on his phone or whether, you're on your computer, like all of that information is there. And it's incredible, I think. How about you? When did you start using OneDrive?
I started using it, what year are we in now? 22. I would say I'd say it was around 2014, a bit later than you. So was it SkyDrive still back then? Trying to think. No, it wasn't. It was actually OneDrive.
It was 2013. It turned to OneDrive. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was 2014. I started using it. I remember that because I was doing I remember doing my CompTIA back then. I actually showed Frank a picture of myself on one of my CompTIA exams, and I looked like a baby in it. Yeah, a story for another day. But yeah, no, it was 2014. My favorite feature of OneDrive is the drag and drop ability to be able to literally drop a file rather than having to always click upload, because I think that just frustrates me. So that's my favorite feature of OneDrive. Dan, what's your favorite feature?
Yeah, I was just doing some Wayback Machine stuff here, so I can share my screen.
Amazing.
This is my original OneDrive, which was SkyDrive. So it goes back to a presentation I gave in, it looks like 2010. This might even be live storage. I don't know what it was way back then, but this was a presentation and just screenshots of a presentation I gave on Windows 7. Before that, there's some 2010. So these might even be the photo
Ooh,
information
2008
as
in
opposed
there.
to, yeah.
I love it.
So these might actually be the, the files that I uploaded, but I certainly can remember uploading like my phone and these photos of like the Windows 7 timeframe, photos of my kids in 2010, downtown Chicago, sitting at, this
Aw.
is at Millennium Park, and they have
Oh.
like a waterfall, and our kids didn't bring didn't bring swimsuits, but that didn't stop them. So
Oh, it
this
never
was
does,
probably a
right?
Windows phone, and then probably an upload to SkyDrive.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Love
Oh
it.
my gosh, I have the same thing. Isn't it great to like be able to see your kids when they were young and just have like all those photos in one place? It's amazing.
Yeah,
It is.
absolutely. And Frank, what's your favorite feature of OneDrive?
I think my one is, when you share files with somebody and you can go into it and you can say it's going to expire next Sunday and it's just going to go pump, it's gone off all their devices.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
cool feature of it, like.
that's a pretty handy feature. And
Especially
what
for
about?
business, like, anyway,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And what's your favorite feature, Micah?
Oh gosh, that's hard. I think being able to take things offline, you know, like while it's on the cloud and while it can always be there for you, you're not limited by losing the internet. You can right click on an entire folder, choose to make available always, and you could take that with you even when you don't have internet. So it truly is with you wherever you go. I love that.
Absolutely. Okay, before we move on to Dan, just a reminder, we are still looking for women for our tech event, guys. So, basically, we're looking for any type of tech enthusiasts, whether you're certified, whether you're practicing, whether you're training, or whether you're an expert. So we're looking for women for our tech event to promote the importance of women in technology, which is really important actually, because um, there's not enough women in tech. So I'm working with Claire Smith and others to kind of we're working on a bigger event. We're going to do one remote um in the next month or two, I think it is. And we're actually going to do an in-person live event at Microsoft in Dublin soon as well. So we're working on that in the background. So if you're a woman and you're in tech and you're passionate about what you do and you want a stage or a platform to present your ideas and presentations to people, please get in touch with myself, Dan, Frank, or Micah for the Women in Tech event that we're organizing online and both in person at Microsoft. So if you have an interest and you want to speak, do get in touch with all four of us and we'll get you scheduled in and added to the event. So just I said I would get that out there because I don't get enough messages from women in tech, and I'm trying to connect with others, and it's proving difficult because you don't know what areas people are in. Even with LinkedIn, at times, you think they're in tech, and then they might not be a business development manager or something. So just reach out to us. We're a friendly bunch, and let us know if you're interested. And I'm sure, Micah, in your new role, you might know a lot of women that might want to present. So please reach out to them
Oh, that's a
if you
good
can.
point. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
same with you, Dan and Frank.
yeah, I have one or two people in mind there that I must reach out to.
Perfect.
Just on the thing there, I was saying that I'm trying to get used to this Teams. I just like to see, can I share my screen there with you? I have
You
something
should be able to.
interesting that Mike might be interested in. Seems that you were talking about the security. So I'll just share my screen there.
And while you do that, I'm going to try and grab your coffee cup. Does anybody else want to do that? I keep trying. It's so cool.
I don't know how you did that, Dan. Where's my coffee cup? I like one.
So do I just click? Can you see my screen now, Dan, or am I?
I can't.
Not yet. No, we
So-
can't.
It should be a
Uh,
share tray and it should have either screen or app.
Screen.
There we go. Now we
Yep.
can see it.
Perfect.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Look at that.
Cool.
So there's all the attacks going on around the world at the moment. Looks like America and
Wow.
Europe getting hammered.
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness. I need to use this if you don't mind. Is this a public site?
That's a public site. I can I'll send you on a few more of them, right? This
Thank
is
you.
this is another one. You see it? And
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
down below you can see all the different things that are being hit, like
And
Microsoft, Oracle.
can I ask you, Frank, is Ireland being hit at all in any of these?
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
we're just being attacked there. Look, see?
Oh, my
okay,
goodness. We're watching it in
Amazing.
action. How
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's this one is the one more colourful though. See it?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. I see what
that'd be
you're
so
saying.
impactful, like for people to see how big of a
Yeah.
risk it really truly is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you can
And-
see down the end like the different types of intrusions and malware and stuff like that. You see?
And by the
Wow.
looks of it, the US is getting hit quite a lot because
Yeah.
they don't like they don't like Homeland Security over there for some reason.
So,
I
yeah,
joke, I joke.
I have a list of those, and I'll send them on in LinkedIn to you, Micah.
Thank you.
Perfect.
That's really
Yeah, that's
that is
great.
really cool, Frank.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing us that.
Hey.
That's actually really
Yeah.
cool. What you call it? I suppose we have we've Shannon Rivers joining. So we'll
Hey,
just
call out women in tech and Shannon shows up from over in the
know.
UK. Hey,
Yeah.
Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
Welcome.
I think she's joining us on a quiet one, is she?
We'll see if
Hey,
she can come
sorry.
up. There, no,
No,
you're good.
you-
You're good.
You're fine. You're fine. Okay, all right. Yeah, we were just saying, Shannon, we were trying to get women to reach out for the Women in Tech event, which is happening soon. And we kind of sent that out to the group on LinkedIn. So yeah, if you can hear me and you're listening, if you can reach out to people and get them to contact us, that'd be great. And even if you were willing to speak at one of the events, that would be amazing as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to help wherever I can.
Amazing.
Excellent.
And what, Shannon, what is it you do in your career?
So I am a diversity and inclusion practitioner.
Okay.
And I run a diversity and inclusion consultancy that's a community interest company.
Okay.
Yeah, and I live in the east of England as well.
Oh, amazing. Cool.
Hey.
So you're like literally over the pond from Ireland. Not too bad. Okay, all right. That's brilliant. What you call it? Yeah, it'd be great if you could present at one of our events. As I was saying to everyone, we're kind of tonight is all about just testing things out and seeing what works and what doesn't. If you know anyone that Shannon, if you know anyone that has a Teams production experience, it'd be great to get them on board as well. Because it would kind of free up the presenters and stuff to actually speak more rather than trying to juggle a few things. So yeah, absolutely great to have you on board. I hope you're added to our group. Dan, is Shannon on our group? She is.
I don't know if I've added Shannon. I don't know if I've added you to the Teams meetings, but I can add you there, and that gives you access to take a look. And I would also call out, if anybody is better at whiteboard and drawing than I am, we can upload custom backgrounds, custom together mode backgrounds pretty easily to
cool.
Teams. However, you can see that my desk and placement of people leaves a lot to be desired. So if there's anybody that's on the tech side from a dev or a creative side, the Teams environment does support what they call together mode. So it allows us to sit in a classroom, change this background for all participants, and just get creative with how we are visualizing being together online in Teams.
Yeah, the classroom looks quite good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Reminds
Just
me of my
shift to
college
turn
days.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember sitting in college on a Monday morning going, yeah, I need another 5 hours in bed?
Raising my hand.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Here
no,
for that.
I'm raising my hand. Yeah,
Here.
absolutely. So yeah, no, look, Shannon, great to have you on board, and thanks for joining us. So that's what we're looking for, guys. We're looking for anyone that has an interest in tech. It's as simple as: are you a business development manager that does a bit of tech? Are you a techie? Are you an engineer? Are you a cybersecurity person? Are you networking? Are you cloud? What are you? Are you Azure pipelines? Like Arindam. Are you Henry, who is the junior analyst working for the health service over in the UK? Are you Micah that works, with collaborating with people and education and learning and kind of working on different products and getting that out there to people? Or maybe you're a Dan who just speaks all over the world, and every now and again I see all his videos and he never tells me about them. So, or maybe you're a Frank that Frank worked with EMC in Cork for like 10 plus years, 10, 15 plus years, and you're now kind of doing your own things, and so what are you? Are you working? Are you kind of helping out with other projects? Anything. So if you want a place to put your videos, put your presentations, get your message out there to people, and you're just passionate, get involved with us. We're a great bunch of people, 30 strong, and we're getting there. We're getting the importance of IT technology, inclusiveness, and I suppose we're also getting the point of view of getting women especially to speak about tech and speak about their journey. So yeah, get involved with us. We'd like to have you, and I'm sure we can learn new things with you every day. So please do get involved. Dan, you are the last person to speak tonight.
Yes.
So that it'd be great to have your presentation, and then we'll just do a few questions after, and we'll wrap it up. Again, as I said, this is just we're kind of trying out the Teams situation to see how we get on. So yeah, go for it, Dan.
Excellent. So I've got 3 environments here. The first environment is a environment that is a demo or development environment. And my extra credit question for folks on the line who may or may not remember our daughter's name. My first name's Dan. My wife's name is Eva. We all have the last name Ray. Our daughter's first name contains her last name. What is my daughter's first name? 6 letters, R-E-Y is part of it. What did we name our daughter? Does anybody recall off the top of their head?
I should know this one.
Raven is a common guess. Reagan, Raven. I've heard Rayanne. I've heard Raylyn. Does anybody have a guess? And if not, I will give you the first letter. Raylyn is a common guess, but we did not name her Raylyn.
Surely her name is Freya because that has your name in it. And that's also my daughter's name.
Freya is one that I've seen occasionally. We have a family member that has a Freya down in Florida, actually.
Oh, cool.
But it's a cat, not a child. So yes,
That's a good one. I'll give you that.
her name begins with
Rick-
A. Does that help
Sorry.
anybody?
A.
Yeah, 6 letters. The
Ah.
first letter is A.
Avery.
Close.
Avril.
Close. You're getting close.
Oh, that's not helping, Dan, at all.
Aria?
No, it's
My daughter's name.
AU.
Aubrey.
Aubrey.
It's
Audrey.
the next
my
one.
goodness.
It's
Audrey.
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 I knew
Ah.
it was something. I remember it being all
Yes.
something. But so
You
it's
are
Audrey,
correct.
yes. Ava Audrey, Dan, and what you call it? Your
Sam.
son's name is
Yeah, Sam.
Sam. That's it.
Sam.
Yeah.
So we all had the 3-letter thing going strong, and then we didn't even realize Audrey had her last name in her first name until something came up. I'm going to assign Audrey a Office 365 E5 license, so she gets access to Teams. And then I can either make her an administrator in Office 365, or I can just define the 4th member of our family, and I get a temporary password for her. And now I should be able to open another browser out of all the browsers I have open. Let's see, this one I think is open for a private window. And then we can go to teams.microsoft.com. And let's say it's Audrey's first day. Audrey actually started a job. Her first job is at our animal shelter in town. And she has worked this week a couple days on Microsoft.com. I'll toss in her super secure password that I just showed everybody. Let's see if I can actually copy and paste it correctly. There we go. So secure, I don't even have it copied and pasted correctly. So we'll get it in here. And then Audrey will be a member of exactly 0 teams, unless she gets added to any teams because she is a member of my company. So the teams window will either populate with teams that she's already a member of, or it will be blank, such as this. The benefit to Teams is instead of Audrey's first day on the job being an empty inbox, an empty OneDrive for business, and maybe whatever those first interactions are, notice that she has access immediately to DESA development as a public team. She has access to family, enterprise resource groups, her first day. And if she was joining maybe the finance team, their team is public as well. So instead of being left out of the loop, she can join these teams very quickly and easily, discover them very quickly and easily, and then the teams become part of her team's environment. We can pop over to Eva, and Eva's account decided to change to Every because of autocomplete. Decided, are you trying to type Eva Ray or Every? So her account is Every. And she has 3 teams as well: DESA Development, Family ERG, and the Finance team. Eva can welcome Audrey by adding a welcome our new team member and expanding this little box here say hello to @Audrey Ray. And then everybody in the team gets an opportunity to welcome Audrey to the team. If we hop over to yet another window that I'm logged in as Dan, I can see that the finance team shows up with kind of a bold, and I can see Eva's message. I can give it a love or a thumbs up or a reaction. And then who else do I have logged in here? I've got so many windows that I need to find where my other account is that I'm logged in as. Let's see if this is one of them. Teams.microsoft.com. See who I'm logged in as there. Somewhere I thought I had Sam. Let's see if Sam's over here. Yep, Sam's over here. So Sam has the opportunity, but he doesn't see the finance team. So the same kind of thing. Sam could either go to join or create a team. He can find finance, or this is even cooler. Let's go back as Dan. And let's add under manage team, Sam automatically to the team as a member. And watch what happens magically when Sam is added to the team. Voila, Sam gets the finance team, realizes his sister just started. Hey, sis. And every Microsoft team, family ERG videos, DESA development, and the finance team starts with a general channel. And the general channel is not the only channel that you can create. So finance could say quarterly reports. Make that a standard channel that everybody on the team has access to. And now I have a place to not only put the quarterly reports, but give new hires like Audrey access to those quarterly reports. So Eva over here with the high contrast sees Sam's message. She sees the new channel with quarterly reports. And Dan over in one of these other windows here, no, this is Audrey. She sees quarterly reports. And she will also see the ability on the quarterly reports to open this website in SharePoint. And so Ricardo Wilkins from Microsoft was the person that showed me that trick of popping over from Teams to SharePoint without going to the Files tab in the upper right. And he also showed me this trick, which was nagging at me for a long, long time. Why do some people in Teams, when you invite them to a meeting, see the meeting? And why do some other people not see the meetings? And so if I see the family ERG group down here in Outlook, Outlook has under the group, the settings for the group. And these settings for the group, if you've ever been in Teams and scheduled something for the family ERG group or the finance team, and you realize, well, the finance team's already been invited to the meeting, but nobody has it on their calendar. These settings are typically what is causing either you to get all the finance team information or the family ERG videos, team messages, meetings, alerts, those types of things. Or if I realize, you know what, I'm part of this team, but I don't need to go to all their gatherings and online meetings, I can say I don't need to receive any group messages. I just want to be part of the team. So each person within this team, if we go over to Eva, we can do the same thing. Click on Family ERG Videos, go into the general channel, go to the upper right, and open in SharePoint. And when Eva opens this in SharePoint, she can go to the conversations, which should show her in the folders, the groups, and then under the Family ERG Videos group, Eva's settings are different from Audrey's settings. So each individual member of the group can decide, I want to receive everything, or I don't want to receive anything, or replies to me might be of interest. So you have these 4 different settings sitting behind the group that sits behind the team in Microsoft Teams. And Ricardo sharing that one tip with me of where these group settings, or at least one place where these group settings are exposed, explained why sometimes I might have a team that I invite to a meeting. So let's say we have a Saturday ERG family event. So I invite my Family ERG Videos team to the meeting, and we call it potluck dinner. And everybody from our company is available. That meeting that was scheduled by Dan on Saturday at 10 a.m., so I guess it's a potluck lunch, shows up under Audrey's inbox, shows up on Audrey's calendar if she has the setting set up to receive that meeting. And if we hop over to Eva's calendar in Teams, I don't see her calendar here, but let's hop over to her Outlook real quick. Outlook.office 365, and then we'll end here. We'll see if Eva sees the meeting on her calendar. There it is. So the meeting itself can be based on what the person chooses as their settings. And that explains sometimes why somebody may be getting only the replies versus seeing the meetings on their calendar and seeing the meetings within Microsoft Teams. So hopefully that deep dive into Microsoft Teams, how Teams relates to the group behind the team, and how it relates to SharePoint Online and Outlook Online, Exchange Online, has been helpful for all of you to learn a little bit more about Microsoft Teams and administration.
Amazing, Dan. Amazing.
That was so neat. I didn't realize where those settings were, that they even existed.
I had no idea they were there either until Ricardo Wilkins from Microsoft shared that with me. I had been looking for them. I had been trying to troubleshoot. You know, I know there's a reason it's different, but I can't get to why it's different.
So Shannon asked, why would you not want to have those on your calendar? Would there be a reason you wouldn't?
Yeah, so Shannon, if the only reason I can think of that you might choose to opt out of the meetings would be if it's one of those like kind of like stretch assignments, and maybe they have meetings so frequently that you don't want it cluttering up your calendar. You know about the meetings. Maybe it's a potluck on the every first Saturday, or it's a meeting like this where we have it every other Friday, kind of in the middle of the day in the US and evening in the UK. There might be situations where you want to be aware of the meeting, but you don't want it taking up and showing up on your calendar as busy, which I believe is also the default. If you get invited to a meeting, your calendar will show you as busy. And then maybe Micah's trying to schedule something with me and she realizes, hey, he's busy every Thursday or Friday. Every other Friday he's busy. The setting is up to you, and the setting also follows a default based on how the group was created in the first place. So that's the only reason I can think of changing it. Or if, like you said, the reverse is true. Hey, I keep on missing these meetings. Audrey didn't even know the meeting was going on. She saw an inbox item, but she didn't see it on her calendar. She should be able to go to that setting to change the settings so that she sees the meetings that are scheduled for the family enterprise resource group, or families at DESA, whatever the group is.
All right. Okay.
I saw
Okay,
Henry
then.
joined us. Henry,
Yeah.
welcome.
And
Hi,
Henry
Henry.
joined.
Thanks for sharing that. That was so cool. We don't use the online version very much, and so I just had never even looked at all the different integrations with that. That's so neat.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting enough to me. I teach teams both from the admin and the end user perspective, that I thought, if I don't know this, I'm guessing there's all sorts of other people that don't know this.
Yeah, that was actually quite interesting. I never knew it either. And I work with teams every day for many organizations. Okay, all right, okay. So as I said earlier, today is kind of a shorter event. We're just kind of getting an idea of what Teams is like. If anybody out there is kind of listening to us, or they're on the event, sorry.
You need a
No,
sip of the coffee cup in that last
I know, yeah.
background.
My throat just went dry for no reason, like it is now.
yes. So,
Yeah.
just a question for Dan. Is Teams now actually, can we stream it out to LinkedIn?
We are live on LinkedIn. I
Okay.
chose the Ireland data center, which shows up as, if I'm correct here, as Northern Europe.
Yeah.
And so we
Yeah.
are live on LinkedIn. The video is now sharing whatever is on my screen. So the only way we can kind of control participants' video or a single video is through kind of sharing the screen at this point. Other than that, I haven't found a lot of limitations. The other limitation I did find was I haven't figured out a way to go to multiple platforms. So we used to have the ability to be live on our YouTube and various Facebook sites, Twitter, all at the same time. That seems to be something that the streaming services provide. So we can either look at Restream again, or we could look at maybe other streaming services to see if they offer that same capability, maybe with like a replay or something.
Yeah. We might reach out to Microsoft on that one, Dan, and just see if there's anything we're not aware of.
Yeah.
And as we both said, we're only kind of dipping in the toes with when the Power Automate Flow help you with that. So what did Henry say? Will the Power help you with that, pushing it out to different platforms based on a trigger, i.e. when you start streaming? Henry's not wrong there then. But I don't know if that's something you can do with
Yeah,
Teams.
from
I-
Teams, unless there's another place to configure it, what I noticed was the custom streaming key and URL
Yeah,
are singular. And when you put
not
it into
multiple.
LinkedIn, it sends you to LinkedIn. If you put it into Twitter, it sends you to Twitter. So I haven't found a place where I can put in, send it to Twitter, send it to, LinkedIn, send it to like Restream does. There's got to be a way because Restream does it. I
Yeah.
just don't know how. But yeah, there's definitely an opportunity there for us to look at
Yeah.
either other streaming services or figure it out in Teams.
And that's exactly why I have the call out to anyone listening. If we have anyone that is a Teams expert in Microsoft Teams, they might be able to help us out on that. So
Yep.
absolutely, if you're
is-
a Teams expert and you know how to do
Well,
it, reach out to us and help us out.
As Henry said, their Power Platform has, thing to integrate it.
Yeah.
There's a MVP in Ireland here. What's his name? Is it Gill? Is his surname? Do you know him, Matt?
I will reach out if you send it on to me though.
Yeah.
I think he's a MVP on Power Platform.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
So he
So-
would probably maybe know how we could integrate Teams. And
So I will definitely reach out to him over the next few days, and I see if I can get a response from him. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So our next event is the
2nd of
one
September.
on the 2nd of September, and it's with Christian Begger and Lorraine Lawrence on Microsoft certifications. Hopefully for that one we'll have tested out Teams a bit more. It would be great to have everyone back for that just to show the support. Both Christian and Lorraine are well respected individuals in the tech industry, both in tech and in business in general. They're well known globally around the world, not just in the US, Ireland, the UK, France, Germany, Spain. Christian has 20 odd years of experience along with Lorraine, and they're well respected. So it'd be great if we could get as many people as we possibly could on it. And they're going to be sharing, it'll be two presenters, two presentations, and they're going to be sharing their insights. It'd be great to have everyone back. And if, share it out, we'll have it posted again over the next week. Share it out to people, get people, to connect. It'd be a great way of asking Lorraine and Christian your questions, because if it's Microsoft related, they may be able to answer it, and it could be something you've always wondered or you want to try or ask. So definitely join us if you're thinking about it. So hopefully by that stage we'll have everything working. We'll have the PowerPoints and everything right for them. I presume myself and Dan, I'm sure, will do more testing next week and try a few things. People will see testing going on anyway. So,
And so
thanks a
that
million
one
for-
next Friday is on LinkedIn, or sorry, it's on Teams live events.
yeah,
So the link on LinkedIn takes you to the Teams live event. And in that case, you would be in the audience. So you don't have to worry about muting. You don't have to worry about turning off your video.
yeah,
We should have live Q&A. So that
Yeah.
gives you the ability to ask a question. However, it won't be visible like these questions are real time. It will be something that we can curate and decide, if we need to respond to you directly or if we need to respond to the entire group. And yeah, we'll see how that differs from this.
And I suppose if you want to work on, you're going for, could you drop the event link onto the LinkedIn chat group? Absolutely, Shannon. We have before already, but we'll be doing it a few more times. We're looking for moderators for our Teams events as well. So if you want to put down on your LinkedIn or your CV or something that you moderated an online series of webinars, it would be great to have you involved. All moderation requests should be should come to myself, Dan, Frank, and Micah only. So we're the four people in charge of all things production and setting it up and getting it working. So the four of us are the people that you need to contact if you want to get involved in moderating. Ultimately, it will be myself and Dan that will look at the moderators and just see what it is you want to do after, if you speak with Frank or Micah, they'll give us an idea of what it is you're looking for, and we'll see if we can kind of present that possibility to you if it's what we need and it's what you need. So it needs to work both ways. So we're looking for dedicated people to join our events to moderate and to produce with us, because it then allows myself, Dan, Frank, and Micah to present properly, as opposed to trying to do everything together and produce an event. So if you're interested, get involved. It doesn't mean you're going to be a moderator all the time. You could be speaking at an event as well, and we'll rotate it. So just get involved. So that's pretty much it then, isn't it, Dan, for tonight's event?
Can
I
I
think
add one
so.
thing before we
Sure.
end? I think if you come next time and you don't have like an Azure Fundamentals certification, maybe you'll find out how to get one for free. So just a reason to come next week.
Good point.
Thank you, Micah. That's a
Very good,
good
Micah.
point. Yes. Yeah. So everybody likes something for free. So yeah, absolutely. And we'll kind of the event next week will be I think it will be very educational. It'll be really interesting. It's from two great speakers. We'll have a Q&A. We'll have it'll be a proper audience, and it'll be well kind of put together by the time it goes live on the day. So Dan will post more about it, and we'll get that up there for anyone that's interested. Reach out to the four of us, and we'll be delighted to answer any questions. And just bear in mind, everybody here works, so we might not be able to get back to you at the time of the question being asked. But we will do our best to get back to you within a set time frame. So thank you very much for everyone joining us tonight. I do think the event went well. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very good.
So
Thank you.
Dan, you can ring us out there, and we shall review this next week. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks a million, guys. Have a great weekend. All right. Bye.
Thanks.
Excellent,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
I'm going to go ahead and stop our streaming.
I'm going to
which
jump
should-
back to work. Sorry, guys, but
Yeah,
thank
that works.
you.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
million. All right.
That
Okay.
should stop our